So Laura Molina has a great question today on Mercari shipping and how to basically report the weight into Mercari so you can get the cheapest shipping option possible, ultimately so you can make more money on the platform, right? So she says, "Hi Bryan, great tips. How much more weight should you add than what shows on the scale? For example, I entered an item for 0.5 pounds and Mercari sent me a message that it was too low and it should have been 1 pound. Please advise, thanks in advance." So a couple different things there in that question. First and foremost, I've personally never gotten a message from Mercari or an email from Mercari basically saying that I reported the weight on my item. That's never happened to me personally. And honestly, I don't think it's ever happened to any of my students. If it has, drop a question out or a comment down below and let me know that it's happened to you. Maybe it's more prevalent and I've just been lucky, right? But that said, I've never actually seen that before, so that's strange that they sent that to you. My first, kind of inclination there would be maybe you have a new seller account and you haven't reported that many things. Now, like I said, if I'm wrong, then let me know in the comment section as well. But that would be my guess, right? So first and foremost, I would just report it up. I would literally weigh it out. That's how I approach it, right? And this comes from a video, to give you a little backstory, on 5 Mercari tips to make more money on the actual site. Because one of the tips in that video that I recommended was kind of underreport the weight of your item so you can save a little bit of money on the shipping cost, because on Mercari there's different tiers, right? So ultimately, if you save a little bit of money, like $1 or $2, you're gonna be making more money and a higher margin on your product when you ship it, right? So it's just kind of a little tip, right? And I'm not saying hey, report something that's 5 pounds as 1 pound, but what I am saying is, because there's different tiers on Mercari, to answer your question specifically, and this is how I approach it, there's the $2.99 tier or something, then there's the $4.99 tier, and in between $4 and $5, and then there's the high tiers where it's $8, $9, $10 shipping, etc. Right? So I always try to hit that tier that's either the $2.99 one, or I'll underreport it so I get $4 to $5 shipping on an item, right? So my 2 answers, first and foremost, are if you don't want to go that route, then obviously, and this is answer number 1, then obviously just charge for shipping and literally report the specific weight of your items. Now, I recommend for a lot of people to offer free shipping, because I think personally that psychologically it kind of helps your item sell a little bit better, because so many people are used to the free shipping on eBay now and the free shipping that Amazon Prime provides, that if you don't offer free shipping a lot of times, it's going to be a really big strike on your account. Or not on your account, excuse me, but to your item, and it's going to kind of hold you back from selling that item a little bit further, or a little bit easier, excuse me. Now, there are certain eBay sellers that will argue against that all day, and if it works for you and it works for them, then by all means continue to do that, right? So you can charge shipping, and that's one of the things that I'd recommend that you do, right? So if you have a heavy item that you're trying to ship out, then charge shipping for that item specifically. You don't have to offer free shipping for every item, okay? Or you can even charge shipping on every item and see how that works for you. Ultimately, I'm just giving recommendations, and it's up to you kind of to test those things out for yourself and see what works for you better, right? I can recommend as many things as I want, but ultimately what's going to work best for you, you'll find in the data and testing it out yourself. So that'd be my first recommendation, but I would recommend that you go with the second recommendation, which is just the simple approach that I do. So the majority of my items are relatively lightweight, and they're probably within 0.5 pounds to 2 pounds, right, each time. Usually a little bit closer to the 2 pound mark, or 1.5 pounds, right? But I literally never report an item above a pound. So what I'll do is I'll weigh the item on my shipping scale. If you don't have a shipping scale, then you can literally just hop on a normal scale, then write down the number, right? Hop on the scale again, obviously, with the item, and then take the difference, and you know what that item weighs, right? So in that specific aspect, let's say that you weighed an item and it was 1.2 pounds, right? But because it's 1.2 pounds, you might be charged $6 or $7 on Mercari for that. I don't remember the exact tiers and when they actually fall off. But what would happen is if you put it down to just 0.11 pounds, right, then clearly you're going to be charged $4.95 or $4.99 for that item instead of $7 or $8, and that $3 margin can be huge and make the difference and make or break you between a profitable item and a profitable sale, or an item that's not profitable or that you're even losing money on, right? So that's how I approach it. That's my general approach for 99.9% of items. I weigh it out, I see exactly how much it weighs, and then I literally just kind of underrate it a little bit to get down to that next tier, right? I'm not going crazy with it, but I am utilizing that to my advantage. So I hope that answers your question, Laura. That's a great question. It's one that I get asked a lot because there are like weird shipping tiers on Mercari, as anybody that's sold on Mercari would know. So I hope that kind of answers your question. I've never actually gotten the message myself either, but maybe other people have. I would honestly just ignore that and either charge shipping initially, or simply, report the first couple accurately if you have a new selling account, right? Then I would assume and guess that they probably, won't continue to like bombard you with messages like that in the future, because I don't get them and I've sold hundreds of things on the platform. So hope that helps out, Laura. If you guys have questions yourself specifically, drop them in the comment section down below. I would love to answer them for you. Also, remember, Online Arbitrage Pro 5.0 is literally about to launch probably later this week. I've outlined a lot of the different things that I have to get done this week coming forward, but it will launch soon. That means for a limited time, and it's coming to a close, you can still get into Online Arbitrage Pro 5.0 through the pre-launch sale down in the description. That is the first link in the description. You can get in for $600 off the purchase price. Use that $600 savings to then jumpstart your reselling business a little bit faster by buying more products, right? When 5.0 does launch, it will jump all the way up to $995. So act now if you want to get in for just $397, okay? With that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one.